Oops. Good evening. Hi. God, man alive, it's awful weather out there. Absolutely awful. Awful, awful, awful weather. Okay, so anybody who actually knows me will know that I'm completely honest. Hi, Lucy, babe. I am so completely honest as unbelievable, sometimes to a fault. And I'll tell you a story after what I'm about to do the live about. Hey, Cher, darling. Hey, Lal. And some might be a little bit annoyed at me. Some might be a little bit annoyed at, I don't know, you might feel a little bit annoyed, full stop, to be honest with you. Hey, Babs, darling. I'm loving these hearts. I am really, really loving these hearts. Oh, Vanilla, hi. How you been? How's your babies? Okay, so, hi, Sharon. I feel like I'm at a party. I love this. So, you see all these people that are online and they're building businesses and they're smashing the shit out of it. They're doing amazing. They're doing absolutely incredible. And I have to tell you, last year that was me. I mean, I'll be honest. It was 4-figure weeks. Like, it's pretty incredible. Oh, Babs, no. Oh, needs a wash. So yeah, last summer it was bang, bang, boom, boom, like you would not believe. Like you would absolutely not have ever believed. I couldn't believe it was actually happening to me. To be able to earn more than what I did as a bank manager, that was something pretty incredible, to be honest. 4-figure weeks, like that was, and my family would tell you that was ridiculous. They were like, oh my God, like this is just crazy. It's because I had a very big organisation. I had a very, very big organisation of people. Not a firm. It was an organisation in my company, within my company. There was a huge amount of people coded to myself. And it was bloody good times, like you would not believe, good times. And then it kind of started dwindling a little bit. And then all of a sudden it was almost overnight. Almost overnight it was taken away and it was just down to nothing. People had their own thing going on, like some of my very close friends who I'm still close to now, they had their own thing going on, and that was a lot of they had an awful lot of people coded to them too, so they had to just take a step away from it. And then it kind of, on one side, it fell, and I wasn't equal, I wasn't balanced out at all. Now from going, I don't know, you can put this in the comments or your best emoji. I'd love to see these emojis. But I don't know how you would feel from going from those figures a week in pay to then all of a sudden pretty much nothing, like tumbleweeds. Like I was like, oh my good Lord. I could not believe what was happening. I was looking at my pay thinking, what the heck is going on here? 4 figures a week to, are you kidding me? Like honestly, I was in complete shock. That's a lot of money to earn. That is a heck of a lot of money to earn a week, and that's what I was doing. I was, well, I think, I honestly, everybody who's on it, you know me. There's a lot of people who actually know me. I'm quite a positive person anyway. But I have to say, I think along the way, with that happening, I completely lost myself. I completely lost myself. I got anxiety. This anxiety come back like you would not believe. This self-doubt come back like, this self-doubt is awful. So every single day, it'd be talking to or doing a team meeting online or whatever, which is what we used to do quite regularly, because there was a lot of us on there. There was like, there'd be 30-40 people on there. There was an awful lot of us on there. And that dwindled down and dwindled down and dwindled down. And I was just, every single time off a call, every single time I come off, and anybody could ask Nick this, every single time I come off a call, I sat and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried because I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't understand, why has this happened to me? It was a proper, oh, I'm such a victim. Like, that's how I look back at that time, and I think, yeah, that really wasn't a very good time at all. In fact, that was quite an awful time. But do you know what I had to do? And this honestly took, it took about 8 months. We are a little island, the UK, and what we do in this company, we are a little island. So when it fell, it straight to the ground and smashed to pieces. Everything was just in tatters. It was like a snow globe. Okay, so if you have we all know what snow globes are. I mean, they're everywhere right now, right? Which is amazing. I'd have a house full of them. But I was the snowman in the snow globe, and I was really happy just sitting there. And then some mother ducker went and picked it up and shook and shook and shook, and it just went. That is the best analogy that I can give to you. It's how it was to me. Everything had literally fallen apart, and all those little snowflakes that were falling, that was everything to me. Absolutely everything. So this was, it took 6 to 8 months for me to actually come back. I had to do a lot of soul searching. I started meditating because at the time, with my health as well, we didn't know what was wrong with me. I was having MRIs done on my spine. I'd had an MRI done on my brain. We wasn't sure if there was a tumour. We didn't know whether it was MS. We had no idea. So that was all wrapped up in all of this as well. And it felt like my world was completely imploding. I completely forgot myself along the way. I completely forgot myself. So if this is of any value to anybody at all, when you feel like you're at that point, you need to take some time for yourself. You have to work on yourself a little bit. I did start meditating because I didn't want all the medication. That may sound a little woo-woo to some people, but actually it really helped me. I started doing that because I didn't want to be mind numb by all of the medication. So I took matters into my own hands there and started to do something a bit holistically. I bought a hell of a lot of crystals, like crystals, unbelievable amount of crystals. The crystals that I got is just absolutely crazy. I was like, no, I need something. I was literally grasping onto anything to help me. And I started to write down some future goals. That's what I did. I was like, right, okay, I'm not having this. This isn't me. I felt like I'd failed as a mum. I felt like I'd failed as a girlfriend, because we're not married. I'd felt like I'd failed my children, because this is why I do this anyway. I felt I've completely failed my babies. Like, I'm doing this for them, and now look, mummy's a complete failure. So it was really hard for me to look at them and really, you know, I had to inspire them still, but I felt such a wreck. So I thought, no, one day I thought, no, this is not good enough. This is not happening. I'm not having this. So to anybody who feels like that at that time, the only person who is going to help you through that, the only person who is going to give you strength and the will to go forward is yourself. And I truly believe that. I believe that you have to go backwards sometimes in order to go forwards. And this is exactly what it is, because the past couple of weeks, the coffee sales that we have approved here in the UK, my coffee sales personally have gone through the roof. I've started to get messages from people that I'd forgotten, in all honesty, that I'd connected with. Recruitment is going as well. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So instead of taking for granted what I had, you know, I just kept thinking, it's fine, I'm going to get 4 figures this week, it's no problem. I took that completely for granted. And do you know what? I think this was a bit of a lesson for me to learn. I take it as, and the only way I can see this going forward and making some sort of sense of it, if you like, is that I had to go back to go forward, and I had to realise that things are not to be taken for granted, and you should have gratitude in your heart, and that you should actually move forward with faith in yourself and have that self-belief. I have to tell you that, and there is no greater power than you in yourself. There's no greater power than just you as your fantastic self, and I can honestly say that nobody, and no matter what anybody would have said to me, would have got me through and pushed me forward to where I am now. It wouldn't have happened. That had to come off my own back, because it's my business. So why should somebody else do it for me? I had to be that one to do that. So let me tell you a story, and I think you could probably guess how I would have handled this 8 months ago. It would have been completely different how I would have handled this, okay? So I'm not going to say any names or anything at all. And you might feel a little bit annoyed with me, although I'm not annoyed, but you might want to just give me a slap, because my best friend was like raging. Hello, lovely. So it just popped on. Hey. So I had been talking to somebody for about a year. Now. Lovely lady. Really lovely lady. And we'd been chatting, and I'd been helping her with various things. Okay, so, oh, Beth's just popped up. She's going to brain me for this, I tell you. My mum would go crackers as well, and my dad. Nick went absolutely mental at me. Anyway, I'd been talking to her, and then one day she said, okay, I'd like to join your team. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Absolutely fine, no problem at all. So send her the link, and this, that, and the other. One day I got a message from one of my business partners just saying, is this person okay, because she's come out of the groups? I was like, I don't know, just give her some space. Perhaps, you know, she's just going at her own speed. There's no problem at all. We all develop and go at our own speed. There's no problem at all. And I then went to message this person just to see if she was okay, because I know health wasn't so good. So I just messaged her to see if she was okay. And I was blocked. I'd been blocked. I've been Facebook blocked. Oh, God. I've been Facebook blocked, like, I was a bit shocked, to be honest. But I didn't realise I'd been blocked. So in this message, I actually said, hey, darling, because I saw this message just saying it's not for her, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, darling, that's no problem at all. And that she was actually getting some food and things from Food Bank, and things were a little bit difficult. So I thought, that really got me. That really did. So the message I sent to her was, don't you worry about a thing. It's absolutely fine. That's no problem at all. I can help you retail that coffee that you've got. That's not a problem at all. I'm going to send you over £40 via PayPal, because I don't want you suffering. You and your family suffering, because she's got grandchildren. I don't want you going to Food Bank over Christmas. I don't want you to have to stress, because that'll bring on some more health issues for yourself. So I'm gonna send you over £40, because I can't have you worrying about anything. I can't have you stressing about this. Don't you worry about a thing, okay? It's Christmas, right? I do Christmas boxes. I give way more to charity than what I do any other year. And you know, you see the trolleys in the supermarkets where you can put food in. I always put food in them, because somebody needs that, right? So I said, don't you stress this for 1 minute. It's fine. I can't do much, but don't worry about anything. It's £40. Then this message popped up saying that I've sent you an email. I was like, oh, cool. Lovely to hear from you. Looked reading through this email, and I had every single emotion go through me that could possibly go through you. I had every single emotion reading this. In fact, I messaged my best friend and I said, how should I actually feel about this? Because I'm in such a good place. I actually don't know how I feel about this email. Anyway, she said, I thought that you would laugh at me. This is me, by the way. I've been speaking to her for a year. And like I said, anybody who knows me laugh at you. I did not have a great time at school, so there's no way I'd be laughing at anybody for anything, unless you're being hilarious on purpose and trying to make me laugh. Anyway, she thought that I would take the mickey out of her. That, more than anything, actually did upset me. That, more than anything at all, upset me, because I thought, I've been talking to you for the past year, we'd had phone calls, and that's what you think of me? That's what you think of me? I could not believe what I was reading. And then was the last paragraph, which said, I've joined another company. I expect all these emojis now to just go crackers. So yeah, after I'd done that, and I helped her, she said, yeah, I thought you'd laugh at me, so I joined another company. Now, what did I do? 8 months ago, I would have gone crackers saying, look, you've said to me about food bank. I've sent you this money to help you, and maybe with some of that money you've perhaps used to join another company. When I didn't want you stressing over Christmas, this is a little bit odd for me. Every emotion was going through me. I thought, I just don't understand this. I don't understand. So anyway, I said to my best friend Lauren, I said, do you know what, Ren? If this money helps her, I don't know whether she's paid to join up this other company. I have no idea at all. But if that money helps her over Christmas, then it's just another good deed that I do in December. I'm no saint. I'm definitely not mum of the year. In fact, I'm the most unmumsy mum that you'd ever see. I'm that mum screaming at the boys at the school gate when they run off. Okay? But yes, I said to my best friend, speak of the devil, and she appears. I said to Lorraine, I'm just not sure how to handle this. Hey, sweetie. She was livid. She went absolutely nuts. She went bonkers. Lorraine went mad at me. What do you think you're doing? Send your money. She went mental at me. And I had to say to Nick, I've done something, I have to tell you, because I can't hold anything in. I had to tell him what had happened, and I said, just so you understand, but this has happened. I've told Loren's hit the wall, so you don't need to, she's hit the roof, you don't need to hit the roof, because right now she's in my inbox and she's going crackers at me in the nicest way possible. So, and Loren would testify, I said, if that's one thing that I've done that helps her, this lady, not Loren, if there's one thing that I've done that's actually helped this lady, then that's fine. And do you know what? I did get another friend request from this person, which I didn't accept because I thought, hang on a minute. I'm in a really good place and I'm worth more than that. I am worth more than that. So no, actually, you can keep that friend request. And I messaged her and I just said, honestly, darling, and I could actually screenshot it and put it in the comments here. I just said, honestly, darling, don't worry about anything. Have a good Christmas. Have a good Christmas. Because what is it going to do if I hit the wall and I go crazy? What is that going to do? What's that going to achieve? It's probably going to make her feel absolutely awful. And that's just, I'm not in that business of making somebody feel awful. I am what I am. I am completely transparent. I can be a complete pain in the ass sometimes. I am like Tigger. I do bounce off the walls. But if that gives anybody watching this, if that just helps you and you think, wow, I've felt like that before, I just didn't know how to get through, then yeah, and it's really bizarre actually, because in the midst of figuring all of this out, when I was meditating, I did have a dream. You might think I'm crazy. I did have a dream, and I'll show you something now. I had a dream that me and Nick was sitting in the garden. We were sitting in the garden of this huge property, and we were on a bench, and I opened up a bank statement. And this was the dream, and I'll show you in a minute. And Lorraine knows this too, but I had this dream, and there was a bank balance there. Right, so I'm going to take you through now, and I'm going to show you this, because I do believe somewhere along the line there was some meaning to it. I'm going to show you this now. Can you see? Oopsie.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's definitely a whole. Dear Santa, I wanted.
Can you see that? I wonder if you can. I don't know whether you believe in things like that. It's back to front. Okay, I'll read it. Sorry guys, I'm not very good at this with this technology. It says this is a 5-year plan. Now this was a dream that actually happened. This was a dream that happened, and I told Lorraine at the time she should write it down. And it's a 5-year plan, and it says, I'm not sure when this will happen, but I know it will happen within 5 years. Okay, and it's $20,000 per week. April 2023, the bank balance that was on that statement, that was actually on that statement, was £1,459,803.09. So my family look at that and they're like, wow, okay, and she'll get there. Because I'm too determined. I'm too determined, and I'm too determined to help other people as well. I have got a good heart, and I will help as many people as I can without a shadow of a doubt. In my way. There's no if, buts and maybes with me. I don't know whether Beth is still on, but definitely Lorraine. She knows me better than anybody. And what you see is what you get. To an absolute fault of stupidity, professionalism, business and all the rest. Okay, what you see is what you absolutely get. But yeah, that was the dream that I had, and me and Nick were sitting on a bench of this big old property. I couldn't tell you where it was, but we were sitting on the bench in the garden, and I opened up a bank statement. So yeah, sorry, it's a notification. So I wrote that down because I thought there's some meaning in there somewhere. I know it will happen, which is why there was a 5-year on there, and it was actually an abundance. It was an abundance meditation that I was doing, and I fallen asleep, and I messaged her straight away, and she said write it down, and it was literally to the penny, 9 pence. It was literally to the penny. So I do believe in you reap what you sow, and what you put in, you know, what you put out there to the world is what you, when you get that back. And definitely, yeah, I should, shouldn't I? I should say this loud. Yeah, definitely. I do believe it'll happen because I believe in myself enough, and I've got too much to give back to my family. I've got way too much to give back to my family. My mum and dad and my sister and Nick are my biggest supporters through everything that I do. Even if it's a little crazy, they'll support it. Even if they don't understand what the heck she's doing now, they support it. You know, that's my family. They do everything and more to help facilitate a little girl's dream, I guess. And what I learn, even in self-development, I break it down sort of child size as well. So it's for Jacob and Jessie too. What I learn I can pass on to them, and that's to be a good human being. It's to be a good, kind person, and to give out the best that you can. So I'm having I'm going to get on my Fringe Remover Pro, and I'm literally, anybody who I don't really connect with, anybody who can be a little on the negative at times, you know, because I do believe in what you put out, you do get back. I do believe that. Before anyone thinks, is she crazy? I don't drink. I don't drink at all, so I'm not drunk. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have a good clean up there, because I think that'll actually make me feel really good, just to have a little clean up. So I'm going to leave it there, because I could, like I said, it feels like I'm at a little party, a little Facebook tea party. So I'm going to leave it there now, but thank you for popping on. And like I said, if that helps you and you've ever felt like you've lost your business, you've lost yourself along the way, watch this live, pop me a message, we can have a phone call if you want, and I'll help you. But the only one ultimately who can help is yourself. Night night.